Michelle, what do you think the girls enjoy the most about this day? What do you think they enjoy the most about having this big crowd?
I think the most important thing I think they enjoy is running out and just seeing everyone standing up and cheering and screaming, and I think it gets them really fired up and excited about it, because I think they remember back when they were younger and they had the opportunity to come to games and experience and everything else. And again, Diddle's such a special place, and I think that the atmosphere, along with all the great fans that we have on a daily basis, to add such amazing group, I think that's why they get really excited about it.
For either of the superintendents, what do you think the educational value is in getting kids at that age on a college campus and having them see that up close?
Well, I think we were talking earlier, Todd, we have a lot of students that we're right here in this community, both of our school districts, and a lot of our students haven't had the opportunity to come on campus. We assume that just because they live in town, they've been up here. So we think that's a great opportunity to come up here and see a college campus, feel the vibe of it, what's happening. And this is a beautiful campus, a beautiful arena. I think sometimes we don't need to take for granted what's in our backyard for our students. And so I think we want them to experience that.
I think in addition to what Mr. Fields has shared, there's also the connection back to the classroom where our instructors will tie in the activities here back into the classroom, and so it helps our students better understand the connection between their learning and what we aspire them to do beyond their K-12 experience.
Todd, Coach Hurd talked about it. She enjoyed, and the players coming out, seeing everyone cheering and loud. But from the athletic department perspective, what are your thoughts when you come out and see all the students loud and proud and cheering on the team?
Oh, it's awesome, and that's one thing that I would point out to all of you that I think will make this fun. This is a school day. You actually technically are in school when you're here on the 21st. Now, as you know, when you're at school, most of the time you're probably told to not talk, to be quiet, to listen, right? I mean, those are the things that you're always taught. Well, when you're here in the arena, it's exactly the opposite. You can talk all you want. You can make all the noise you want. In fact, we want you to make noise. So that's what's neat about it. I mean, there's really it's a heck of an atmosphere. It really is. And I do believe that it's been a huge advantage for us, that the games that we've done this, that people that we have played are not really used to that. So while it's something that's been a challenge for them to adjust to, it's also inspired our team, as Michelle said. Our players really feed off of the environment that you all create, and that's what really makes it a special day.
We'll now open it up for students. If you have a question, raise your hand, and I'll bring the microphone over for you.
Get ready, young lady.
How good do you feel about your strategy against Old Dominion?
Oh, great question. Well, last year they played us pretty tough in the tournament. Actually, we started out really well, and the young lady I was speaking about, Sims, is a really, really good player, and we held her to about 6 points in the first half, and then in the second half she went off a little bit and scored about 20-something points. So our strategy will be to make sure that we contain her defensively and basically just do the things that we like to do. We love to get up and down the floor and change up our defenses, and so that'll be our big strategy for that game.
What team do you think is your biggest competition finishing out the season?
Well, I think every team is a big when you play at Western Kentucky and you have the history that we have and the success that we've had over the past couple of years, every day when we go out on the court, we have to be ready. So I think every single day is a challenge for us because everyone gives us their best game. And so every day, this team, and that's why I'm really proud of this group, because every day you have to come out and you have to be focused and ready to play no matter who you're playing. But again, I know that of course, that team up the road, Middle Tennessee, is definitely one that's always going to be a rival for us. But again, UTEP's playing very well, and they're leading the conference, and so that's a game that will definitely be, I think, circled on everyone's calendar too. But we're just looking forward to competing, and I think every day is a challenge for us.
A week do you guys usually practice?
Oh, great question. Well, right now during the break, there's no limit. on how long we practice. But during school, we have a limit where we can only practice a certain amount of hours. So we normally only practice 2 hours a day, up to the most, sometimes a little more. But they have a lot of other things they have to do. They have to do weight training. They have to study. So the coaching staff and I are very mindful of everything that they have to do. So we just try to make sure we can balance it out. So we tell them all the time, this is like a full-time job. So they have to do all those things and kind of trying to balance them out. And as role models and coaches, we try to make sure that we help them, put them in that position.
What's the average percentage that your team scores?
The average percentage that we score, I think where are we at now, Kerry?
I think we're right around 71, 72 points.
71, 72 points a game. So that's kind of where we're at right now, on a good day, when the ball goes in the hole.
Do you have a favorite game that you've coached here?
Oh, great question. I would probably have to say the Louisville game. Just because, me being from Louisville, me coaching at Louisville, how amazing that program has done over the past years. And for our program here, that was a big win. And it's always good to beat your former boss. So that was pretty cool.
Is he still talking to you?
How good do you feel when you go up against the other teams? Like when you go up against a huge rival, do you try and feel really good about it?
Yeah. Confidence, that's the big question. And confidence is really, really important. And we instill that in our players all the time. You have to be very confident, and what we try to do is make sure that we teach them and put them in the position to be successful. So we give them a game plan. They have scouting reports. They have to study too. They have to study basketball. So we give them a scouting report to know who's the best players, to know who shoots the three the best, who, all those different things. Who likes to drive instead of shoot the three. So they have to study, and we go through that before our games. And so we want them to make sure that they're very confident. So I think that as a coaching staff, we have to be very confident in order for them to be confident.
Do you think having the students at the game will encourage your team to work harder?
Yes, I do. And I think that it's going to really be awesome to add you all here with the rest of the crowd. And because that's why I encourage even the students here at Western Kentucky to come out all the time, because it encourages them to play harder and just to make the arena really, really exciting and loud.
How long did it take you guys to build up this program?
Well, I have been here for now almost 3.5 years, and I'm just very fortunate. I have an amazing staff, and I think we're continuing to build every day, every year, every day. Our ultimate goal is to continue to be a top 25 program. When Todd and Dr. Ransdale hired me, that was one of our goals, and we have met that goal a couple of times, but we want to get to where we are consistently a top 25 program. So that's our goal.
How do you think Kyvan Gooden-Rogers and J.C. Coe are going to help your program?
Great question. I think they're going to help our program a lot, and I'm really glad that they're here. It's always pretty amazing when you can have an opportunity to add amazing young women, not just great basketball players. So they've been doing awesome. JC's been here, of course, for a semester and over the summer. And Kyvan just came in, and she's fit right in, and we're really excited. She has a lot of blood running through the lines here with a lot of the Haskins and a lot of people. So she has some relatives that have played here before, and we're excited to have her here.
Any other questions?
How do you think the absence of Micah Jones has affected this season?
Definitely think it has affected us because Michael, of course, was a 3-year starter, has been starting ever since she came on campus. But I'm really excited that she's doing great, going through rehab, and she's still always around, and she's still helping the team in the ways that she can, and I'm looking forward to being able to coach her again next year. But I think it's helped a lot of people have to step up and change in their roles and do the things that they need to for us to be successful. And again, that's another reason why I'm really proud that we're 12-2 right now and trying to continue to keep getting better.
We'd like to thank you guys for coming